back to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Where are we? Well, we are not on the memory. The memory is going to be, well, it's just going to be a memory. I just was not feeling that map. I did not like the barnyard area. It was very tight. I didn't like that I couldn't move fences anywhere. And it was just the greenhouses that were in the farmyard just didn't appeal to me. I couldn't move the chain link fence. I couldn't move the cement fences, remove them. And I felt tight and cramped, and I'm taking areas out of the field in order to just get a road to drive around on. Then the road from the main road down into the farmyard was all wonky. I just wasn't really very happy with it, to be honest. So, hey, I don't have a lot of time to play games, so if I'm going to play, I'm going to play on something that I enjoy playing on. So, we're going to give this a shot. This is called, as you probably saw in the thumbnail, New Frontier. I took some liberties to get started here. We put down a sawmill. This is not a start from scratch, although it is kind of a start from scratch. But like I said, I don't have the time to play, so I do need some way of making some money. So we do have a sawmill. It is actually full of wood. Now this will be the last time that mysteriously is full of wood. We're going to then cut trees and probably get a winch and just drag them in whole. I was attempting to do some auto load stuff with a tree harvester. They're very expensive for one thing, and I'm very bad at operating them, so it just wasn't too enjoyable. So I think a winch, we can just cut a tree, we can drag it in, and that'll be fine. It's not the intent to be a sawmill map, but we do need to make some money, and there are a lot of these big red pine trees everywhere, and they do produce quite a bit of wood, so we will do that. Down here, we own some land also. There's a few of these small farm fields, like 4 maybe. They're not very big. We own those as well. This is the shop area. I just modified a little bit because this is a bare map. Okay, there's really nothing to speak of on this map. There are no other real nice fields anywhere. It's going to be one of these where you have to create your fields, create your farmyard. There is no farmyard. There are no barns. There's no sheds. There's no equipment. I put down the Kubota shop there just to make this look kind of like a store area for your equipment. Your equipment, excuse me, your equipment does spawn here. And then over yonder is where the little town is. I should probably turn the HUD back on. So yeah, so this is the map. It's pretty wide open. This is almost, with the exception of some trees in certain places, this is just rolling hill meadowlands. We just own this corner with these few little fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little fields. This is basically useless ground. I didn't buy that lot, but so this is what we own that we're gonna start to make our way on. And right now, I own absolutely nothing I'm not sure what that is. Husqvarna 550. I don't think I bought. Do I just own that right out of the gate? I wish I could get rid of that flashlight. Anyways, yeah, I don't own anything. Over here. That was loud. Is where the, basically, I'm going to call it a town area is. Here's a wholesale market we can sell stuff at. There was only, well, this map only came with one place to sell anything. So I added some additional ones so we can get some variation in prices and just to make it look like it's lived in. Here's a little shop here as well. Bakery, kind of a shop. Like this little farmer's market area, which is just, you know, it's just another selling point. And sell stuff in here. We'll probably put down some greenhouses when we get some money. Ooh, I'm seeing brown bottles. Stop here and buy a beer or wine at some point. We have this little shop right here, which is for flowers and different things like that. If we decide to go the greenhouse that route, I think it'll take some other things as well. It may take some fruit also. Not 100% sure. I think it'll take some fruit as well. This farmer's market is the only thing that came on the map. Well, with the exception of that's a wholesale. This here's a wholesale location. That did come on the map. None of these trees, none of this ambiance was around here. This is all just plain. Try to dress it up a little bit to make it look homey and nice. We do have some NPCs around here in the old farm market, but this is just, I think, just the basic farm market. I don't think it's modified necessarily in any way, shape, or form. I think it's just base game. I don't think this map took any mods. Another selling point here. Again, for price variation. This is a little wood miser thing. I think we can sell wood chips here, as well as some of these other places just take everything. So we can sell everything there. If we want to sell grain, we could sell it here. Another little shop here to sell stuff. ABC. I don't have any idea what that means. The little market, little outside market we can sell. Another little outside market we can sell to. So yeah, lots of options for selling here. I mean, like none of these trees are here. Again, I just tried to make it look nice and homey and enjoyable. The animals, I think this is just like the pet, or the animal trader, although I don't see her around. But they do have cows and chickens and horses somewhere. Pigs. This almost reminds me of, there's a place where I live. It's like a little farm market restaurant-y area. And they have these nice little walkways, and they do have a few animals out. It's not really a zoo, but maybe it's kind of like a zoo. You go in and you eat, and so it's kind of reminds me of that. I think this is very well done. I just really like this. So yeah, this is going to be the map. As you can see up in the top right hand corner, we have $25,000. That's all we got. And we have and no equipment. So I guess one of the first things we need to do is get the sawmill operational. Like I said, not quite full, 130,000 liters of wood here. And I think we're just going to activate everything. Get this producing. I have no idea whatsoever what this kind of ratio is. I don't know how long it will last, the wood in there. There is another sawmill, a smaller one of this version, a small one of this version on the map that's available to buy. We do not own it. Whether we will buy it, I don't know. We own no animals. There are a couple contracts. I don't. If I didn't have to use a loader to load that, I would accept that contract. Deadwood. I don't even know what he's asking. I don't know. We can always we'll take it. Just because. But I do need to buy a chainsaw, which I haven't bought yet. So it's weird that it says I own that, because I do not own a chainsaw. Okay, so then what was it? Field 11? Visit. And it's going to be that direction. As you can see, some of this is not very well suited for much of anything. Here's one. So here's one. I'm not going to take these dead trees the whole way over to the... I don't have anything to haul trees on. Basically, this is just buying our chainsaw for us. Looks like maybe one more. Maybe this is it right here. So this is basically just a couple cuts to give us a free chainsaw. Okay. So that chainsaw cost us $100. So that was a good buy. All right. So this is green beans. We're not going to want this. This is potatoes. We're not going to want that. This is carrots. We're not going to rent that. So there's not much here, like I said, in terms of having usable crop. We probably do, however, want to buy the soil information. I do like the potential yields on these. $112, that's a good field. All right, so there we spent the rest of our $4,000-ish. This environmental score is going to be good. It's going to be important. I don't know why, however, it said, I wonder why it's saying that soil sampling is not at 100%. Hundred. Are they saying 100? Yeah, 100. So why are you not sure about that? Not sure about that. So then, okay. So basically what we need to do, and I'm spending money and I'm not increasing my value I can take a loan for. I don't even have a freaking vehicle, bro. I would like to harvest that wheat. However, I don't know. pH and nitrogen is horrible. Needs plowing, needs lime, needs everything. Everything's gonna need plowing. And so what is 942? So my prior experience with this loan thing is that when you have an opportunity to take a loan, you should just take it all. And let's say 20 years, only 5,500. We're going to take it because we got to do something. So then, do we have anything? We have absolutely nothing. Worthless. Worthless. That's a bummer. We could go a couple routes on this. We could just lease this Massey for 5,000. Let's do that. I don't think I'm ready to buy this yet because I only have one field right now to harvest. Then let's just lease that. And then we're going to need to kind of make a big decision here. We are going to need a silo. I'm thinking about using this area right here for the farmyard. I'm going to need somewhere to store that grain. I don't want to spend a lot of money. Right now because we don't have a lot of money. And do I want to put it here maybe? For the time being. Sure. Okay. First major purchase. Okay, so at least we have a place to put stuff. I like the fact that there are no fences. Whether we choose to do a little bit of that in the future, not sure. But I don't have to like rent a bunch of header trailers. Why is this so... I feel like there's been a change made to how force feed... I don't even know that I would call it force feedback. Are you gonna drop me a swath? You are. I'll go ahead and take the swath. We'll try to get some straw made up here. Or at least maybe pick it up. With a forage wagon, maybe, if we can find one. I would love for things to come on sale. And we can buy used equipment, would be awesome. That would be very good. I think the next purchase, and it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a very big one. And that's going to be a tractor. And we don't want a piece of crap. And a plow. And a lime spreader. I think we'll put down a small chicken farm. Get a few chickens going. Try to find a free range farm. Let them run around. Eat bugs. I'd like to get some greenhouses down. A couple maybe, or maybe just start with one. I would like to get a couple orchards down. I would like to do that. I'd like to sell some fruit stuff. I would like to get a nice bakery going. I'd like to get some sheep going for wool and make clothing to sell. Obviously, I want to get cows going. Big dreams. But I want to get cows going. I really want to get into the dairy stuff for the cows. I think that it can be pretty lucrative, especially the water buffalo milk. I think can be pretty dang good. So I would like to get that going as well. And then obviously we're going to want to be self-sustaining in terms of producing all the food on the farm to feed our animals 100%. And that may be a big deal. We'll see whether or not we want to try to get into a total mixed ration. If I do that, I'll probably take a production building approach to that. There's going to have to be a lot of leveling that goes on when we put buildings down in this particular area where we're choosing to make our home. That'll be a little bit challenging. That might be put down, level out, sell. No, put down, sell, level out, put down again. kind of a thing. We're gonna need to get some crop in the ground for sure as well. These tram lines are just a waste of space. You lose crop. I'd like to buy one really good tractor. Like I said, that's going to be very, very pricey. I wish I could find one on sale, but that just doesn't seem to happen. And we have fieldstone turned off, and everything else is turned on. I do have some reduced maintenance turned on, 50%. I'm not spending all my money for $25,000 tractor repairs. So, going a little bit more reasonable on that. That's really the only... It's really the only thing. Hopefully we can make enough in a month's time from the sawmill to pay off the loan. And I really can't. It's going to be rough. I don't know how we're going to do it, honestly. We're going to be leasing, I think. Which isn't ideal. But it's going to be hard. I think one of the important things maybe is to get a nice greenhouse down. Even if I'm gonna want to put a chicken pen down before I return this, before I dump all of this into the silo, because I don't have a tractor yet or a wagon to take anything out of the silo. So there's that as well. So, like I said, we're not starting from scratch, per se. I really guess only from the perspective of we have a sawmill with wood in it. That's the only liberty I took. Well, and we bought some land, but I guess those are the two liberties that I took, is buying the land and buying the sawmill, just to get us started. There's lots of exciting things to see as the farm grows and as we earn money in order to be able to make the farm grow. And we'll get about, I don't know, what, 5,500 liters off of this field, maybe? That should feed the chickens for a while. I hope I have a nice chicken pen installed. Oh, let's put the header down about it. $5,400, $5,300, $5,400 liters. Okay. Good deal. I would buy this combine if it came up for sale. That wasn't a bad little combine. Let's think about, I'd like to maybe, oh, my road. Gotta fix that. Much better. This road was here, by the way. That used to be a house up there where the sawmill is. Speaking of, I don't have a house. No place to sleep. I'll have to figure that out. I'm thinking maybe chickens. Can we do chickens on this corner? Chickens don't make you a ton of money, but I think chickens are just nice to have around the farm. And then I like the idea of the free range. I don't like that. I gotta go with this again. But I'm gonna have to... I'll have to set this up such that I don't run into those. Yes. So... if I do that... maybe along here? That was a very bad place to put the combine. Dang it. Oh, now I'm screwed. That's fine. I'm gonna go in this direction. I'm up behind these trees. Okay, that's gonna go right in the way. Okay, but how do I end it? Did I end it? I think I ended it. Now, can I... This may end up bad. As it usually does. Is this the road? I think that is the road. Let's make this look more natural. Now, last time we tried this mod, we ran into troubles in terms of being able to drive. Give me an unload. There it is. Go ahead, take it all. You can have it all. You can take it all. You can have it all. Take it all. Well, looks like we bought a silo for nothing. Nope, that's not the right key. Alright, let's... Vehicles... Return... Return... Okay. Now... we shall buy one of you. We shall buy 10 of you. And we shall buy 10 of you. Okay. Love it. Love them walking around. There's the old boy. I wonder if I should set this up with medium grass. I know, good morning. I wonder what medium grass looks like. Versus Feeling like maybe medium grass is better. In a lot of this area. At least we can see the chickens walking around in medium grass. Yeah, I think that's better. Wouldn't it, like if you were a chicken, wouldn't you like to freaking just live right here, man? Telling ya, if I were a freaking chicken, man, this would be where I'd want to be. We could maybe smooth that a bit. Yeah, hell yeah, if I was a chicken, man, this is where I'd want to be. Okay, good deal. I like it. I like it. You're gonna die out here. Okay, so do we wanna make the big buy? Oh boy, these things are gonna be a problemo. But hopefully they won't be too disruptive. I tried to make them undisruptive. Yeah, there's nothing. Well, first things first, we know went right past it. We know some things. We just know that this is just a no-brainer. And it just doesn't make sense to not go big. All right, so we have to have that. Buy it. We're looking at that blue color. Okay. We know that we are going to have to have a fertilizer / lime spreader. And we probably want narrow. And as much as I hate to say it, we always need lime and a lot of it. We do that. We do that. Yeah. Let's do maybe... What is the design color? Let's just do that so we know what it is. Oh, I see. Um, I'm okay with those tires. We just know we're going to have that. Um, we know... Going back to what I know. That's a biggie. That is a big buy. Um, that's just... They're just so terrible. They're just so expensive. This is like the only... We just know we're going to have to buy that. It's 11 meters. We have to buy that. We have to plant crop. There goes the money. We're going to need a sprayer, but again, those are going to be very expensive. And I don't know that this has... It is part of the precision farming mod, but does not say... Oh. Yeah. 116 really is what you want. I'm not going to buy that right now. Because we're going to be plowing everything, so we won't need weeds for at least a year. We are going to need... something like this to sell our lumber related things. This is auto load. Um, I don't need ramps. Oh, that is sick. Um, there it is. Um, Now you can change this if you so chose. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult from a perspective of turning your, this tongue is so long, but I think it should be okay. So we're going to buy that. And that we can reconfigure. Then here's the biggie. Here's the biggie. $385 horsepower. Um, so that's 269, basically configured how I would like it for 385. I think if we go back to a large tractor, that's 300,000 for 425. It'd be cool to do Massey. $350. I mean, same horsepower, man, and it's less horsepower and it's more money. Whoa, almost hit the wrong button. This is pretty sick looking too, man. Could go 415. I just like that blue color, although I don't see it here now. It's basically the same color. I'm sure that looks terrible. That's pretty sick looking. Oh yeah, that's pretty dang sick looking right there. Holy crap. All right, 283 for 415. That's pretty good. Do we want to go wide with weights? Can you do narrows? No. Wide with weights. So the only thing is then we'd have to have a small tractor with narrows. Probably. That looks sick. I gotta buy that. 284. Okay, so let's look at our setup here so far. It ain't much. It ain't much. All right, I think that's going to do it though for this episode. Still got 418 cash. We got the silo. We got the equipment. We got the chickens. This will give us the opportunity to put down some greenhouses. And maybe we can do the greenhouses in this little patch right here. Yeah, I think that might be nice. Put down a couple greenhouses. Even if we have to buy manure and seed or fertilizer, we'll do that. But I think we'll put it down there. I think what we should do though is we need, and because the farm's going to be close to here, we need seed hut. Multi-fruit. And we can buy about everything from here. So we can load it just says shop area restricted, but if we just back it off a little bit. Okay, so now we got a seed hut, fertilizer hut. That'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, so we are well on our way. Gosh, I just love these pine trees and I love the look of this. Man, I would live here in a heartbeat. But we are well on our way. So that's going to do it for this episode. This is the new frontier. We got 400,000 and that's all we can borrow. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm like, can I take a loan? No, I can't take any. I can't take even $1. Nope. I'm punching in 1. I punch in a 1. I can't take another loan. So this is what we got. 400 grand. We're gonna have to spend it wisely. This will make us some money for sure. I just don't know how much. But we're well on our way to getting started anyways. We can plant, we can plow, we can put down lime to get our fields in shape. And that's what we'll be doing next time. We'll be getting our fields plowed. Yes. We're going to make one other purchase. Oy vey. Maybe 2. Nah, we'll save it for next time. We need a mower. We need a forage wagon. We get a forage wagon, we can pick up that straw, and then we can plow. So we gotta have a forage wagon, and I already know which one I'm gonna get. And we need to figure out what we're gonna do for mowing. We need a mower that will swath. So that'll be coming in the next episode. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you right back here next time on New Frontier. The farm is taking shape. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.